Crypto Kids, this is my final warning before potential pandemonium. The price of Bitcoin on the daily is currently sitting at $86,600, breaking below its daily bear flag. When I go to the total crypto market cap, oh my God, we're literally falling below a support line that was created since September of 2023. All of these bad things are taking place because the probability of a government shutdown going ahead next week jumped from a 10% probability to a 79% probability. I know you probably feel terrified by the point of this video, but don't worry, I'm not shorting yet. We've been bearish. We've been sort of apologetically bearish because at $97,000, when we said we will likely come down, obviously, we want new all-time highs. We don't want to transition from bull into bear. So I'm very conscious about it, very sympathetic about it, but we also need to look at the facts, and that's exactly what we will do here on today's video. Crypto Kids, if you're just tuning into a brand new Crypto Kid video for the first time, I've been doing this for the past 6 years since I was in school. Every single day, 24/7, we are here for you. I make daily videos on this channel and I live stream on the Moonshow channel. If you want these updates, make sure to subscribe. We're very close to 65,000 crypto kids. And if you enjoy this video by the end of it or learn something from it, please do destroy the like button. It means a lot to me. If you're looking for a place to trade the volatility, the first link in the description below will give you up to a $30,000 bonus when you sign up to weeks. Guys, if you've done all those things, let's jump into the Bitcoin price chart. So we're seeing a reaction to the government shutdown probability skyrocketing to 79%. You see the S&P and the futures market is still closed. Bitcoin is open 24/7. The government was in one of the biggest shutdowns it has ever faced in 2025. Between October to November, there was tens of thousands of furloughed individuals who were asked to take leaves and were not paid until there was a consensus between the Democrats and the Republicans to create some sort of funding to pay government employees. That took around 45 days. It was disastrous. A bunch of economic data was delayed. They actually didn't agree to the full funding bill. They just agreed to something temporary to make sure that America doesn't go into a horrible situation, and they said we will renegotiate the bill in January, before the end of January, to establish a budget for the next fiscal year. We have come to that point. It is now the final week of January. There's still big disagreements between the Democratic Party and the Republican Party, and it looks like we could be entering into another government shutdown. Not good for markets, not good for the economy. Therefore, I think when the S&P opens, it will be looking not so great. And it's giving me deja vu of the 2000 dot-com bubble, when you got a rising wedge at the top of the market. You saw a breakdown, retest, and then down goes the markets. Now, I'm not saying that's set in stone. I'm not saying that is the scenario I'm currently having as my base case, but I just want you to have your eyes open. If next week we start to see the S&P moving to the downside, it will be upsetting for risk on markets, including Bitcoin, because we end up following the S&P 500. Also, look out for the FOMC press conference, another volatile event. When we get closer to it, I'll make a full detailed update video. That's taking place on Wednesday. Should we be concerned about this bear flag breaking down? Thankfully, it is a Sunday. Thankfully, it is the weekend, meaning there will be a CME gap to the upside. The markets on Friday closed at $89,500, so there is a $2,500 gap upwards, about a $3,000 gap now, and 97% of the time they fill. So traditionally, like I said before, I would be shorting this bear flag because it is a horrible one. It's a textbook bear flag. We've been bringing this up for the past 10 days. I would be shorting it, but because we have that CME gap, I will exit my long positions, take profit once 93K closes, keep maybe a couple of them, and then wait for that 200 daily moving average retest. But I will be flipping shorts around about the 93 to the 105K regions. I will make the final decision once those CME gaps to the upside are closed. So in the short term, I expect some sort of relief. There will be two CME gaps by the looks of it, one at 89.5, another at 93K. But when I need to be fully transparent with you, I don't see the intermediate term looking too great overall. You guys know my expectation for the year looks something in the likes of that. And finally, before we finish off, I think this is the most important chart we need to focus on. It is the total crypto market cap chart. You've been creating this line of support since September of 2023. This is including every market cap of every single cryptocurrency out there. Traditionally, When you bounce from the support line, it is just with a wick or a couple of wicks, and that's it. Boom, up goes the prices of cryptocurrencies. On our fourth test, it's been in the form of a bear flag with multiple candle body retests too. That's bearish. The more times you retest a support or resistance line, the weaker it gets, and we are getting a break below it on the weekly time frame candle, which will end in 4 hours time, alongside a huge bearish divergence too. Look, if we break below 2.9, 2.8 trillion with 2 bearish candle confirmations, then yeah, things will look even worse. All right, but we'll get to it once that takes place. I don't want to stress you out so much. That's not what I'm trying to do. That's not my objective. Let's just be open eyes, right? Focused on the CME gaps to close. Once they do, we take our action and we get ready for the worst case scenario. That's how I like to observe things, and that's how I like to position my capital. Canada, that's the reason we're going down. We're going down because of the government shutdown probabilities increasing, and obviously the FOMC will be a big one to watch. Crypto Kids, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all very soon on tomorrow's update video. Take care, and as always, guys, bye.